I think since I came back from the last AGRF in Rwanda, I have been a main advocate to our development partners, and on many platforms I've indicated that has been the best approach by the AU to really wake up African governments, particularly the agricultural sector leaders, to live to the commitments. And as was indicated in the speech, we do really commend the AU for living up to the commitments 7 and 8, particularly the 7 about mutual accountability. I think some of these commitments we sign on them and go to sleep. And therefore this peer review process and then a monitoring system that ensures that people are reporting on the data, and where they are found to be lacking, they try to improve the data collection, and the role of AU looking at the first template and seeing that there are problems with it and admitting it and going back to review the tools to enable people be able to collect this data effectively. I think it's a feather in the cap of the AU.
We have Africa, and Africa that is not even investing in weather-related issues, and yet our agriculture is rain-fed.
That's right.
So when we say that we're actually getting there, how are we getting there?
Well, I think we don't. I don't agree with you that we are not investing in climate change. We are, of course. Maybe we are not putting much of our money into climate change interventions, but we have most of the development partners that are implementing that. For example, we have a Ghana Agricultural Investment Program that is funded by GASIP, and then they have been able to access, I think, the JEF facility of 10 million. Just geared towards doing climate change, climate resilience, and what have you activities in the northern sector of the country, where it's most climate change is, or the weather there is vulnerable to climate change effects and what have you. So and there are so many interventions in our developing countries, particularly in Ghana, that is geared towards addressing the climate change effects. Already our government developed the national climate change policy, and then the agricultural sector did the climate smart agriculture action plan that they are now going to use that to mobilize resources to invest in that. So we're doing a lot, and I think, as I said, once we are being monitored and once everybody is now aware of the effects, we are seeing it obviously. Rain patterns have changed, yields are affected and what have you, and I think we are all waking up to the reality that, look, if we don't do something about it, our very lives are being threatened. And so I think with that in mind, a lot more will be done to ensure that we meet these targets. And as I said, supported by this constant monitoring, the peer review, I was excited when during the Rwanda, the ministers were there and they were looking at, you are this position or you didn't do well here. I mean, that was a good thing for ministers. But it's not all about, being on top of the other, but really, how can we ensure that these commitments we've made translate into improved livelihoods of our people? I think that is what we all have to wake up to.
But Madam, one of my follow-up questions is this, that we know that he who pays the piper calls the tune.
That's right.
And if you are depending on these donors to actually invest on our climate smart programs, the day they withdraw, what happens to Africa?
That's right. So you are right. And I think we are also waking up to the fact that we must set our priorities right. And then when we are mobilizing these resources, we must direct the resources to where really the priorities are key, and so that with time we'll be able to stand our feet. And we are doing these things. Of course, our president has already declared the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda, and it's all raising the awareness and consciousness of saying that, look, the little resources that we have, let's direct it into areas that really can turn our fortunes around. And with this in mind, and everybody being primed up now to say that, look, our destiny is in our hands. Let's work out. We need the leaders, and the African Union through the AGRF and whatever is now beginning to breed the kind of leaders who are saying that, look, it's the agricultural sector that has the fortunes for our turning our fortunes around and improving livelihoods. So let's put more resources there. So it's true that the donors are putting in money, but you will see that in our ministry, some of us are standing up to the donors now saying that, no, I mean, there is the way you are using the resources. If it's grant to us, we must be sure we use this grant for our priorities and not dictated by you. So eventually, we'll find our feet well and be able to actually go out there and even look for resources that we think we need to invest in the areas that are our priorities. So we'll get there.